What's going on, everyone? Here's a quick top-down analysis on XRP. So if you all recall, when the market was here previously, I explained how this was highly likely going to be a trap. So this was a move that was induced off the back of XRP Ripple winning the lawsuit against the SEC. Okay, you can clearly see here the market was consolidating, accumulating for a number of weeks. Then the market, then we heard that Ripple won the SEC case, and we saw this huge bullish move to the upside. This, I believe, was exit liquidity for retail trade, for institutional traders. So just like ourselves in the student zone, students and I started to accumulate XRP here at around 30 cents. Okay, the market then started to move in a sideways range at this level of demand. That is a sign of a bullish accumulation. Then we got this huge move to the upside, and students and I managed to secure just over 170% profit on this move. As soon as it was announced that Ripple won the lawsuit against the SEC and XRP was no longer declared a security, then we exited 70% of our position. I left a little bit on the table just in case the market broke higher, but we exited 70% of our position around 90 cents, which, as you can see, is 180% gain on spot investment. So what's happened now? Let's just have a look at this price action. We had this wedge, we had the manipulation to the upside. Now, if you have a look a little bit closer, since making the move to the upside, the market's broke back down, right? We've broke back down and we are now retesting the previous resistance of this accumulation. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Manipulation to the upside, break back down, resistance, resistance. This previous resistance that broke to the upside should have acted as support. The fact that we've broke to the downside again indicates that this move to the upside was a manipulation, exactly like we're anticipating. So I am expecting now the market to target this trend line liquidity. The market has already taken out the descending trend line liquidity here. It's already taken out the range highs. Now we should draw on the liquidity to the downside. Okay, so I am bullish on XRP from a long-term perspective. However, I'm expecting lower prices, a reaccumulation, and then we can reposition ourselves. So in the meantime, I'm going to be looking at potential short opportunities. Now, if we zoom in and have a look at the price action from an intraday perspective, what we can identify is since breaking back below this level of resistance, we retested it, then we sold off. Okay, this is a bearish impulsive move from point A to point B. Okay, then the market provided us with a bullish corrective move. This bullish corrective move changed bearish here. Okay, this went from an intraday bullish market to an intraday bearish market because we very simply broke below this ascending trend line. We also broke below multiple levels of support. Okay, so from point A to point B, we have a daily bearish impulse. The market took out the external liquidity, in other words, the sell side liquidity that was residing below this low. The market took out that level. Then we came into the internal liquidity. So external liquidities are swing lows and swing highs. Internal liquidities are imbalances. We had this massive level of imbalance from a daily perspective, exactly here. Okay, from this wick low to this candle open, this was imbalance in the market. We made the bearish impulsive move, we made the bullish retracement move, and now I'm looking to capitalize on the continuation to the downside. If we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low of the bearish impulse, we can see that the market made a daily retracement exactly into this M formation neckline in confluence with the 0.5 50% fib. So we have a zone of confluence. We have this harmonic M formation. We completed the pattern at the neckline, filled this FEG, this imbalance, and retested the 50% fib. So now we expect to see the continuation to the downside. If we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low of the corrective move, this can give us an idea where we have high probabilities that the market will make the next swing low from a daily perspective. This is our downside target around 0.46, which as you can see is around this area here. This significant low will be an area in which there is a large amount of stop losses below. So that gives us even more confidence to expect the market to get attracted into that zone. So how can we look for an entry? Right, we're expecting price to come down here, but we want to find an entry which gives us a good risk to reward. This is where we drop down to the 4-hour time frame for swing trades. Now, from a 4-hour perspective, you can see during this bullish corrective move, we are obviously bullish, right? During this corrective move, we're bullish. We have the high, high, low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high. Okay. But we have just broken bearish. Now I'm going to show you exactly why. If you very simply take this rectangle tool all the way across, we have resistance, 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 broke to the upside, support, 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 broke to the downside, right? We have broken this 4-hour corrective trend, okay? It's gone from bullish to bearish. So that's our first indication to tell us that the market is ready to make that continuation move. The 4-hour time frame is now aligning with the daily. What we could also do is bring up some indicators. Now, I'm not going to show you which indicators I like to use for this particular strategy, but what we are basically going to be doing is monitoring XRP if it makes a retest of this previous resistance, turn support, broke to the downside, turn resistance. If the market makes a retracement into this zone, this is where we will be monitoring for one of our valid entry confirmations to capitalize on this continuation move to the downside.